In today's episode, William and Gregory, our co-hosts, are joined by Jen Jang, a third-year resident student in Delaware and a cello player. Join us as Jen shares her wide range of community involvement in EthnoUSC, Western Heads East, TedxWestern, and her work for SHAD. How are you, Jen?
I'm doing well. How are you, Greg?
I'm doing well too. Any plans for the reading week?
I'm just studying for my exams after reading week, and it's also my birthday in a couple of days, so I just plan on enjoying my well-needed rest.
Oh, happy early birthday then.
Thank you.
Yeah, remind
Um,
me not to buy a present.
yeah, so like I was just thinking like were there any hobbies that you're going to be pursuing during this break?
So I am a cello player, so I brought my cello from London so I can practice for my upcoming concert. That is hosted by this club that I'm in called Western Chamber Music. So I've just been practicing daily.
Oh, we'll definitely need to check that out. So have you been playing the cello for a while?
Yes, I've been playing cello on and off, but I started playing when I was in grade seven. So, like, I forget how old I am now, but like 7 years, I want to say. But didn't play during the pandemic, but I joined Western Chamber Music when I was in second year, so last year. So I've been playing in this club for about 2 years now.
Oh, that's a really like respectable commitment. Like a lot of people, they find it easy to pick up an instrument, but also it's really easy for them to drop it. For me, it was piano. I honestly forced to play when I was younger, and when I grew up, I didn't find it as enjoyable, or just because it felt so forced that I decided to stop playing it completely. What made you decide to stick with the cello?
So I really like partaking in an orchestra because I really learned teamwork and collaboration in the orchestra as we strive for a common goal of like playing well together and sounding well together. So this semester we have a concert upcoming in March and we're playing songs like A Town with the Ocean View from Kiki's Delivery Service movie, and we have Gorbasu Air. We have a lot of good songs playing, and we're also playing the La La Land mix, so I'm very excited for that.
Oh, that's a really wide, diverse range of music. From La La Land, there's The City of Stars. I know Kiki's the Service is from Studio Ghibli, like if I recall correctly.
Mhm.
Those are definitely some classics when I was younger. Did you like actually watch those shows yourself, or did you just like pick it up because of the music?
So I never watched La La Land, but I did watch Kiki's Delivery Service, and our orchestra conductor usually picks our pieces, and he saw that we really enjoyed another piece from Studio Ghibli movie last year, so he decided to go with those, and him and his partner were able to work with like the music that was like online, and they like conducted and edited the music so that we could all play it as a team, which was really nice.
Oh wait, so you guys don't actually play music from like I guess sheet music, but you guys find it from like is it from websites such as MuseScore, and then you guys change it so that orchestra?
Yes, that's what my music conductor does.
Oh wait, that's actually super cool because I guess
Hmm.
it could be hard to like find
Right.
accompaniments for
Hmm.
certain instruments, right?
Yeah, we have a variety of like instruments, so sometimes we don't have music, we can't find music for those instruments. Like it's really difficult to find music for like French horn or like tuba, and we have those players. So our orchestra conductor have like formatted and edited the music such that we can all play in harmony and play together really well.
Oh yeah, so fortunately I don't have that problem because I'm a clarinet player, but I have heard like my my friends who played in my band in high school, they always
Mhm.
talked about the difficulties of finding French horn music specifically.
Right.
And in regards to learning like an instrument in general, I know a lot of these instruments, it takes a lot of persistence and dedication and often comes with challenges. Can you share like a particularly memorable challenge that you faced with the cello and like how you came to overcome it?
So I think a problem that I had when I play cello on and off is like during the pandemic when I felt like I was really burnt out from school, I was really burnt out from everything, and I was like, I don't want to play the cello anymore because I used to play the cello when I lived in New Brunswick, and in New Brunswick we had like school orchestras, but when I moved to like Ontario and Waterloo specifically, which is where I'm from, I went to a high school where there wasn't an orchestra, so I really couldn't find a reason for myself to play if I wasn't a part of a big like orchestra or like a big organization. So, but then during the pandemic, I actually realized that music is something that I really enjoy doing and something that takes my mind off of things while I'm stressed. So in high school, I also joined like Laurier University Orchestra and I took like cello classes there where I continued to like motivate myself. So I think overall, I just had challenges of just being motivated with playing the cello because like you said, once you like grow up playing an instrument, it's really easy to like just let go at once and like never go back to playing it again. But I like that I have a hobby right now where I can like enjoy playing with my fellow cello players and my other musician friends, and we make really good music.
Yeah, like it definitely seems like Western chamber music, it's a really great community where you get really close with people who have similar interests, and even if you don't play the same instrument, I guess that passion for creating good music together is um something that like really drives you guys forward. I myself, I've actually been thinking of playing piano again because I found some pieces, planning to actually play them by myself. Specifically, it's like an anime movie called Your Name. I was gonna play it by myself, and then I came back home and I just like completely forgot about it. But now that you have reminded me, I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Oh my God,
And
dude, Your Name.
Yeah, like
That
because it
movie
sounded.
yeah,
annoyed me so much.
Oh really? Wait, why?
It was a beautiful movie, but what was the writing?
Oh yeah, the writing
There's
was
this
not that
one
good.
scene I remember as mind blown during it and for the wrong reasons, okay? Girl's like, "Here, let's write our names on each other's hands." The
Oh, like
guy
the
says,
I love you,
"No,
right?
I don't need to write it down because I'm gonna remember it." Turns around and forgets it. Holy cow. They should
Yeah.
never let the director anywhere near the writer's room ever again.
that's like for the plot, right?
My God.
I mean, I think most people they normally watch it for like, the visuals and also like the soundtrack, which is
In those things they excelled. Uh, Filmmakers definitely knocked it out of the park with the visuals and music, but the writing, my God, it was painful.
yeah, like for myself, I was like pretty confused about that, but yeah, I still appreciated a lot of like I guess like the accompaniment and like the other musical aspects of it. So I was also just wondering, Jen, like outside of playing for band, right? Are there any hobbies that are like I guess music related or just like anything in general that you also partake in?
Yeah, so I'm part of a lot of clubs, I guess. So I'm the external relations coordinator for this program called Western Heads East, which is a program where we collaborate with African partners and we promote their local businesses of like yogurt and probiotics. And we send interns there over the summer and we also host online internships, so I'm part of that. And I just recently partook as a member of the speaker selection committee for TedxWestern. So that just happened on February 2nd, where we had like 12 speakers from all over the world come and talk about their stories. And our theme this year was Rising from the Ashes. So I did that. I'm also a part of EthnoUSC as an advocacy executive. So recently we held an event for Black History Month and we had a bunch of events and merch at the UCC forum. So I don't know if you guys saw that. Yeah, I do a lot of other things on the side.
Yeah, you definitely have a very diverse range of experiences. I guess tackling issues on like serve communities or just like focusing on diversity in general. with your involvement in EthnoUSC, how do you specifically contribute to its mission, and what has been your most rewarding experience within that group?
So I usually provide resources and data while ideating on EthnoUSC's like social media campaigns. So our team, we meet weekly to talk about campaigns like December holidays, Human Rights Day. We're also thinking of launching a podcast for Bipocalypse this semester, so I'm looking forward to that. And we also have to like research like global and local issues that affect like Western's diverse student population and monitor our Instagram content to ensure they like adhere to high standards and of like cultural accuracy and like making sure that we're like sensitive to all those um topics and being appropriate. So I am really passionate about definitely representing the underrepresented community in our school population. So I also have experience as partaking in the International Outreach Committee on the Science Students Council. So I think definitely partaking those experiences and applying them to this team has been very rewarding. But overall, I really enjoy meeting with my team weekly and talking about how we can impact these people on social media because I think today's generation involves a lot of like social media. We're on social media all the time. So I think definitely working on those social media campaigns weekly and just coming up with those ideas and seeing them on the Instagram and watching people like interact with them and educating them properly on those type of things is very rewarding to me.
Yeah, like especially since information is so rapidly disseminated nowadays. Just yeah,
Mhm.
exactly as you mentioned, everyone's on social media. I think it's really wonderful or amazing how you are paying attention to the sensitivities of these different cultural dishes, and then you're making sure that they are respected and valued, especially since the Western student community is so diverse. I know that you also mentioned that you're part of the SSC. So would you like to talk a bit about your role there and how you impact the student community through, I guess, a different role than something that's more like ethno-USC?
So I was a part of Science Students Council my first year and second year. So I was the first year representative and program director of the International Outreach Committee on the council. So I coordinated and planned events like geared towards international students because I think as an immigrant, I know how it feels to feel like you don't belong, and it's really difficult finding like a place where you feel like you fit in. So that was my my goal of first year and second year. So I planned like global health project and international knowledge week, and I really just wanted to foster a positive experience for the international students to participate in the school community and celebrate their cultures, which can be really difficult in places that they are unfamiliar with. So I'm not part of the SSC this year because I have decided to move on like to a bigger population. So the last couple of years has been about focusing on the international science students. This year I want to reach like a broader population, which is like everyone who is impacted by ethno-USC. So I thought it was a really nice leap from my role in the International Outreach Committee of Science Students Council to ethno-USC.
Yeah, it's really so commendable how a goal you had, like something that you wanted to work towards bettering, and you transitioned from focusing only on the international science students to something that's on a greater scope of things. I actually was talking to a friend Midland who my Don last year, and then also your close friend, and
Mhm.
yeah, over the summer she mentioned how she did SHAD, and one of their events for that was I think they had like some kind of cultural day or some cultural week, and then a lot of different people were able to bring in snacks and different types of food. Since I also know that you participated in SHAD, what was your favorite like food and like what did you enjoy about that? Like I wasn't sure if it was like a 1 day event or like a week long event. What did you enjoy from that?
So I think it's really important to mention that SHAD is a really like multicultural program where you can meet a lot of people from like different cultures and like all over Canada. So I was a SHAD alumni. So I participated in SHAD at York University in 2019, and I absolutely loved it. And I know you guys know Hossein. So Hossein was actually one of my PAs, so I've known him for quite a long time now. But so then I was really impacted by this program, and I felt like I could really make a difference in these students' lives by coming back to those campuses as a program assistant. So I worked at Lakehead 2 years ago, and then I worked at Western University this summer. So, like you've mentioned, we did have a lot of fun events. So, the one that you mentioned is a cultural night. So, students dressed up in their cultural clothing, and we had like corners of each like country that they were from, and we had like snacks from there. So we had a committee dedicated to those. So there's a cultural night committee. So I wasn't the PA, the program assistant who was in charge of that. I was in charge of the month book committee, but the culture night was amazing. We like danced to like different types of music, like K-pop, like Afrobeats. Like we danced like Bollywood music, and we all like I was fascinated by the cultural diversity that we had at the camp, as like I wasn't really sure of what to expect before being a PA at Western, but definitely being a part of the SHAD program at Western University has broadened my perspective about those things. So I really personally enjoy that night. And just overall, I think SHAD is an amazing program. So if you guys haven't participated in it, I really advise like working as a program assistant in the program. And you can work at like any university campus, which is really cool.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. And that actually reminds me, I have a really funny story. So
Mhm.
the reason why I actually found out about Millen and Shad and like that like entire night was because I
Mhm.
was visiting her one day, and then I brought like a few like Chinese snacks. It's like called like white rabbits, like the small candies. And then I was like, oh yeah, here, I brought some for you because I feel like you never really tried them before, right? And he was like, wait, actually I've had these before. And then I was just like, wait, how? Like only found in like very, very I guess like Chinese supermarkets like TNT. So I was really
Mhm.
surprised that she tried them before. And she mentioned the entire Shad experience. And I just thought to myself, this is something that I should definitely check out. So in like I guess the further regards to Shad, is there like a specific project or initiative that you spearheaded as a PA that you're like particularly proud of and why?
So I forget the last year's topic, but it was something relating to making a better community for the underrepresented populations, if I remember correctly. But so at SHAD, we as a PA were each given a design group. So I had a group of 8 brilliant students from across Canada. So we worked on a project where we wanted to develop like a snow remover type of thing for the roads for the underrepresented communities like indigenous people, because often they live in such isolated places where like the city snow removal like vehicles can't reach. So my team had the idea of reaching those committees, and we like developed an app and a prototype that could help with that. And I think overall it was a really great experience. So as a program PA, obviously I have to let them take the lead on their project. So they can experience like parts of business, like from like promoting it on social media to like prototyping and having like feedback with the Ivy professors here at Western. But I think overall, this project was definitely something that broadened my perspective, because before this, I had no idea that these like indigenous communities were like not reached by the like municipal like snow removing vehicles and such. So I think it was really an eye-opening experience for me overall.
Yeah, I feel like we often don't consider or like we're like made, I guess, like kind of aware through like courses such as civics and careers, but we
Mm.
don't grasp the entire story until we really put our feet in there and like try to figure it out ourselves. Is there a project like were there any other projects that you found interesting in Shad, or is this like one main project? Because like the way I'm hearing about it right now is that it sounds like a science business case competition that's like also involving getting like this product, and that's like super cool for me. So like, is there any other like startup that like also appeal to you?
So SHAD, like the students are given like new prompts each summer, and they get to like work on a project that like as a team they acknowledge together and then work to find a solution to that problem and then present it in front of like the Ivy profs or like whoever is like judging at our last like open day such thing. So I think when I was a SHAD student, my topic of the year was eliminating like garbage waste around the world. So my team and I came up with like an app discover to discover ways for like big commercial companies like Costco to eliminate like their sources of waste because we know that it's really easy for them to like throw out fruits just because they're not like looking perfect or like the sort of like vegetables because they're not like shaped a certain way. So we like discovered a way to eliminate those by coming up with an app that like told us what those fruits are and like if we could sell them to like another part of the community that could benefit from them being cheaper and such. And I think that like participating in these type of like design competitions and just having the opportunity to like present them in front of like everyone and the professors at that certain university and the other judges who like come from their own startup companies who are really successful or by themselves is really amazing. And I think overall, although I am studying completely different than like computer science or like business, I think I can really apply like the skills that I learned there to my degree right now and it really like opened up my perspective, I guess.
Yeah, like just hearing what you talk about in regards to SHAD and also for EthnoUSC, they seem to cater to different aspects of your interests, but then they also seem to like intertwine. So how do you find that these roles complement each other in, I guess, not only your personal, but also your professional development?
So I think overall I learned a lot from um these extracurricular activities that I partake in. So definitely like being an advocacy executive for Ethno and being the first year representative and program director at like SSC, that has really helped me broaden my perspective because I like learning about like new cultures and making sure that whoever I'm talking to, I learn a lot about their cultures and where they come from. So I think that really means a lot to me as a person because I like learning new things about the world and expanding my like perspective like day by day. And like working at SHAD and working with like TEDx speakers, that has also really helped me broaden my perspective and learn beyond what like just my degree teaches me. So I think overall I learned how to like be resilient, be a good communicator, have like patience. I learned all those skills, and those skills are some things that you can't really learn just being in like a degree that like they'll tell you like to memorize everything. So I think these experiences are really so like meaningful and worthy to me that I really love partaking in these volunteer activities and extracurricular activities that really help me to become like a better version of myself.
Yeah, these experiences and your skills, they seem to complement a lot of what you do. And I guess it also really reminds me of your roles at Residence Dawn, which is really to like be there to support any of the first year students as they come through that transition towards university. So is this like part of the reason why you actually decided to become a Residence Dawn? Like to really like develop these skills and also to give back to the community that helped you adjust in your first year?
So definitely, I think being a residence dog has been like one of the like best decisions I've made since I came to like Western. So I've been a residence dog for the past like 2 years. So last year I was at Medway Sydenham Hall, and this year I at Delaware Hall. So I definitely like help in the development of the transition of the high school students from like their high school to university life and making sure that there's like opportunity for like community building and like promoting student involvement. So I really feel good helping people. So I think helping these first years adjust better to the university life that they are not sure that they belong. And I think developing and facilitating like initiatives like hosting floor meetings or like doing like community building events. Like my floor, like we're like first in like the dodgeball tournament right now. So things like that really makes me happy. And I think these roles are like more to me than something on like your resume, but like something that has really helped me shape the person I am today. And I've met so many amazing individuals like on my team. Like Will was on my team last year, and I'm so glad to have like met all these individuals as I partake in this role. And I just think that there's so many things to learn. And I really love being a Don also because you get to live right on campus and you you don't have
Something
to.
convenience.
Yes, it's very convenient. And I don't like cooking, so I like all the residents' food. But I think overall, I just really like helping out with the resident community because I think as a first year myself, I received a lot of help. So I really like helping first years. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely see some of the major aspects, like, no cooking, living on campus. But yeah, I'm joking, I'm joking. Yeah, actually, as like a first year, that's actually when I first met you, because like you weren't directly my Don, but you're like my Don's friend, right? And
Mhm.
the transition period is, everyone will tell you it's not that bad, but it's so scary. Especially being
I
an introvert
know.
myself, like
Hmm.
I'm really grateful that the Dons were there to help facilitate that transition process. But also, I know you mentioned a dodgeball tournament, right? Is this the same one that Will participated in?
Jen, you're playing in your like intra building, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The other one we were talking about is between residence teams.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Sagin got first, and I think Delaware got second. But this like I have a intramural dodgeball team within my floor, so myself and I like take the first years to play every Tuesday, and we've been playing for like the past like 3 to 4 weeks, and we've
Wait,
like
bring your kids to Sagin. My floor has been looking for another floor to play for like the last
oh
like 3 4 weeks, actually up to six
oh
weeks. On a team with 35 Dons, you would think that one other floor wants to play. Nope.
no,
All cowards. Bring your kids to Sagin. We'll throw
dang.
down.
Wait, how many people do you have?
Doesn't matter.
He's
It
setting a
does.
challenge.
Like if we have extra players, we'll send them to your team. And if you have extra players, we'll beat you anyway. So
Wow, I love the
Wow.
confidence. But yeah, I'm definitely down to set up a dodgeball tournament because my floor is pretty good. We're like
bring
first
them
in the
over.
league, man.
Bring them
I
over.
will, I will, I will.
It's great to see how within like the housing community that's not restricted to everyone's still interconnected, and that's super cool to me.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, wait, you said you're at Delaware right now, right?
Hmm.
Like, wait, so just remind me, Delaware is a traditional style, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen like your dorm rooms, and then they're like so big compared to the ones I see that Benson. So definitely
It
very
So
happy.
must be nice to have a dawn room, right? Must be really nice.
big.
Wait,
Such
is there
an
no dorm room?
upgrade.
I am one of two returners in Sagin who does not have a dawn room.
Wait,
Unlucky.
how does that work then? Oh wait, so it's just like a normal bedroom then?
Yes, the same ones that you guys were
Oh.
living in.
It's like the luck of the draw. But William, would you say that Soggy rooms are better than Medsid
No,
rooms?
no.
Mm.
I think I think like room for room, the Sagin ones are smaller.
Mm.
Oh.
Particularly like if you account for the fact that like in Medsid rooms, there's that like little annex that becomes a closet, right?
Hmm.
At Sagin, it's like a drawer, it's like a wardrobe that's part that has to occupy floor space, right?
Oh,
Oh.
So you actually have technically have less space for because of your closet.
that's so unfortunate. I am loving my dorm room at Delaware. It is so big, and I genuinely don't know what to do with the space.
Is that so?
Mm.
Can't wait to tell
But
my kids that's going to be the party room.
but I hear back from Dawning and I'll find out my placements in like 3 days, so I'm very excited for that. I applied for traditional style again because I feel like since next year is my last year, I want to end it off with a bang. And I feel like other styles like suite style and hybrid styles, it's a lot definitely more difficult to build like a closer community compared to like traditional styles. So I'm hoping to be back at Delaware, but we'll see. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we have fingers crossed for you. But I really hope you get like Basin or Dampton.
No! But I hope you get into residence soft, and I think you're gonna have lots of fun.
Yeah, I just want to have the opportunity to meet a lot of new people and just make a lot of friends. Like I think in
Mhm,
first year I wasn't the most social person, so I'm
mhm,
trying to find more opportunities to open up and get to meet new people.
mhm. And I think first year is so difficult that like it's so difficult making friends because you're like placed in a random place where you don't know anyone. Like when I lived at Perth in first year, I went to like two floor meetings and like I wasn't the greatest first year around, but I think like overall just having that support at the back of your head really helps. So I really want to make a difference like that when I was in an upper year. So I think becoming a resident staff or being a SOF in any capacity and just getting involved in Western housing is really worth it.
Yeah, I think it's a really great opportunity to really have a tight-knit community, and especially with the traditional style residence, I guess that's what you meant by like ending off with a bang. Um,
Mm.
it really fosters growth and engagement within the community. And I just keep forgetting, like in my mind, you'll always be like a second year just because I met you when I was a first year. So yeah, I can't believe we're getting this old.
I know you'll be in third year. I'll be in
Yeah.
my fourth year. William will be old.
Just you wait, buddy. Just you wait.
Wondering, like, do you have any like closing remarks or anything that you would like to share?
Um, I just think that if you're listening to this podcast or YouTube video or whatever this becomes, I think I want to encourage you to push yourself out of your comfort zone and partake in all these great like extracurricular activities that I've mentioned. Gregory, check out like SHAD. And I think building those networks and developing these skills is so important, not because you are more than your degree and your GPA. Like these personal activities that you do for fun and for the community will really benefit you later in life and help you develop the skills that you need as like becoming an amazing person. So I think I really encourage all of you to partake in extracurricular activities whenever you can.
That's great advice. You should always get more involved. Thank you so much,
Mhm.
Jen, for your time.
No problem.